My name is Bogdan Cekić. I'm researcher in Institute for Animal Husbandry, and I obtained a PhD in small ruminants just recently, mainly for the sheep. And I want today to talk about wool production and uses in Serbia and potential of use of mainly raw wool in Serbia. First of all, if we talk about sheep population, we have 1.7 million of sheep. We are not as rich as Greece, for example. But if we look, the main part of the sheep breeding is in Šumadija and Western Serbia, following by Southern and Eastern Serbia. We breed more than 20 breeds in Serbia, but I group them into two groups: local or indigenous breeds, and most important imported breeds. On the picture on the slide, you can see pictures of different indigenous or local breeds and strains. They are mainly from the Pramenka sheep breed, and the strains are named by the towns or regions described first in. So we have Sjenica, Svrljig, Pirot, Krivovir, Lipa, strains of Pramenka, but also we have Bardoka or Barloka. We have Vlaška Vitoroga, which can be translated roughly as a Vlachian sheep with straight horns. You can imagine that is this one. Yes. And the black one is especially important. It's Karakachan, or in Greece, Sarakacani, right? Yes, that is a remnant from the nomadic way of life of Karakacani people. We call it Karakacani, I'm sorry. Yes, and those people travel around by using the transhumans pastoral way of life and nomadic way of life through whole Balkans. And now the part of populations can be found in Serbia, Bulgaria, North Macedonia, and Greece. We have problem with this breed because it's critically endangered. We have not more than 300 heads. So we are looking for ways to save this breed and to avoid inbreeding depression, breeding of the relatives. So maybe the Greece will help us in this way also. In the upper left corner, there is Cigaja breed, most popular in Vojvodina, with two strains, Kaman Cigaja and Chokan Cigaja. The main characteristic for all of these breeds is coarse wool, or we heard just before from the colleague from the Ireland, we can call it now strong wool. Yeah. The fiber diameter is from 35 to 45 micrometers, and it's not suitable for the textile industry. If we talk about imported breeds, most important one, we can see Merino Landschaft or Württemberg, named by the Baden-Württemberg region in Germany. We can see Ile-de-France. Maybe I can use, this is the Ile-de-France, this is the Merino Landschaft, and those two breeds are most numerous from the imported group of breeds. But also we have Romanov sheep, originally from the Russia, but nowadays most heads are imported from the Czech Republic. Also, we have some heads of texel sheep and Suffolk sheep. If we roughly talk about their quality, it's finer than the group before, with 20 to 30 micrometers, except for the Romanov, which can be up to 42 because it's not uniform. You could see the mane, the black mane, it's rough. And if we talk to the industry, they say, no, we just want finer wool. We want the wool that has 12 to 22 micrometers, but we can take this 27 to 32, but we will lower the price, right? Yeah. So as you can see, our current breeds does not fulfill the requirements for the industry. So we are searching for the ways to use the raw wool differently. If we talk about raw wool, of course, there is a fiber. Majority of the wool is fiber from different types and quality. But there is also some things that we can use in agriculture, for example. So we have 4% of potassium salts from the sweat of the animals. We also have around 70% of impurities. A majority from them are earthy origin, dust, etc. But we also have 2% of plant material. It depends. It could be even more. It depends from the shearing methodology or processing and packing of the wool. Also, we have 15% of lanolin, and we heard from the colleagues from the Romania that they are want to extract lanolin, so they have a right to do that because wool is rich in lanolin. If we look to the wool production in Serbia, of course, shearing is annually, but some breeds can be shorn twice a year. Shearing price is €2.5 last year, was €2.5. Yeah, per sheep. Shearers now, they made agreement to increase this price for 66%. Current price in pre-season is €3.75 per sheep, which is a terrible cost for the breeders because they have to pay for the shearers most of the time. From one sheep, we can obtain average 2.4 kilos of wool, but it depends on the breed, and you can see it's from 1.5 to 6 kilos. Official data says that in the last year we produce smaller than 3,000 tons of raw wool. What happens to the majority of domestic wool? Serbia is no exception to the countries we heard already. Our breeders store it in garages, attics, or etc. And eventually they dump it on the landfills, on the forest, on the creeks, riversides, etc. Estimation is that about 96% of whole produced domestic wool is thrown away. So we at the Institute for Animal Husbandry are searching for the alternative ways how to prevent this, how to solve this problem, or how to mitigate this problem. What could be done? Some of the things we already heard. Wool can be, of course, used for artisan pieces, for handcrafts. We saw that already these 2 days. But we can use it for the pelleting, for the biostimulators, compost, substrate, mulching, felts, technical textile that we can use as agro-textile, etc. And here is the one example from the girl in England. She is using these wool rollers to prevent erosion in the hills of England. So that is one also new way to use raw wool. Good practice in Serbia. We already saw practice in Greece that is using in the gardens. This is the Organella company, which uses growing vegetables and fruits in more strict manner than organic production because they don't use pesticides at all. And they started using the raw wool in the strawberry fields, and they had great results because with mulching with raw wool, they prevent dryness of the soil, so they keep the moisture. They keep the pest away because slugs and other insects doesn't want to go through the wool, and also by slowly degrading, the wool is enriching the soil with micronutrients without risk to harm the roots of the plant, which is the situation when we use fertilizers. And how we can start using these alternatives for the raw wool? Exactly this way. We gather here to discuss the problem of the wool, to discuss problem of the raw wool, raise awareness. We are raising awareness through this conference. We are making associations. We have European Wool Exchange Foundation. Association needs to do direct actions. We saw already that there are tons of us that we are doing something directly. With actions, we have field trials. With field trials, we have validated data, strong data that we can use to disseminate and to increase even more and to widespread our networking. And of course, non-stop share ideas and knowledges. And by doing that, we can obtain the new routes of wool towards a sustainable future. And we at the Institute of Animal Husbandry offer the partnership from the scientific state of point to everyone who wants or has an idea how to use this raw wool in terms of making some valuable product of it. And I left here my contacts so you can contact me, and please let's stay in touch. Thank you for your attention. Hvala na pažnji.